It's week 3 of the NFL season. We got some big games like we always do. Let's predict them. We're going to start off with the Bears versus the Colts. Pretty much a pick 'em. I mean, Colts are slight favorites, -1.5 as of right now. This is a tough game to predict, in all honesty. Colts are coming off a horrible loss against the Packers in which they literally could do nothing, while Bears are coming off not that bad of a loss to a Texans team they were expected to lose. They did cover, though. Colts are 0-2. There's no way Colts are starting 0-3. There's no way Colts are starting 0-3. They've looked too good, at least in that first week, to start 0-2. While Bears have looked horrible these last 2 weeks. I don't think I need to explain to you guys for a third week in a row how I feel about Caleb. But, he will play better in this game just for the fact that the Colts defense is not that great. He's played 2 pretty good defenses to start his career, right? Titans have a good D. Texans have a pretty good D as well. If he's not getting beat up the way he did against Texans, Bears will keep it close. And I expect it to be one of those games where it's going to be back and forth, where, Bears at one point look like they're going to win. Colts at one point it look like it's going to win. It's going to be a tough game to tell in the moment. But I think in the end, the Colts just have the better offense and the more experienced team. And that's why they're going to win this game. Give me the Colts to cover the spread. Give me the Colts to win straight up. Let's move on. We have the Broncos at the Buccaneers. What am I supposed to say for this one? Buccaneers look fantastic, and the Denver Donkeys look like garbage. Surprise, right? Not really. Buccaneers coming off a massive win. They've looked great thus far. Offense is killing it. Defense is playing up to its standards, even with all the injuries. Buccaneers secondary is in the fucking ICU, and they're still playing very well. Broncos are horrible. Bo Nix is trash. I don't care if he's a rookie. I can see it already. Just like with Bryce, just like with Caleb, it's clear. They're not good. They're not going to be good. I can see it. I don't need more time to watch him play and see how much trash he's going to put up. Buccaneers are going to fucking steamroll the Broncos. Absolutely steamroll the Broncos. I'm not sure if I'm betting Buccaneers -6.5. I'm going to say for my official pick, the Buccaneers win and cover the spread, just because there's no fucking chance I'm picking the Broncos. They're garbage. What do I even have to talk about positively with the Broncos? Good offense? No. Good defense? Kidding me? Please. Buccaneers are winning this. Buccaneers are covering. I don't even want to talk about this game. Let's move on. Chargers versus Steelers. Another damn near pick 'em. Steelers again, slight favorites at home, -1.5. There's a lot of question marks about Herbert. I don't know if he's playing. He may or may not play. But it looks like if the spread's still 1.5, then I'm expecting him to play. Over-under is 36, so you know what kind of game it's going to be. It's going to be slow. It's going to be running. Both these teams love to run the ball, love to go on long drives that end with field goals. Justin Field Goals is going to keep doing his thing, and that's the reality of what's going to be the situation in this game. Justin is going to score field goals, and Justin touchdowns, right? Herbert's going to put the touchdowns on the board. Justin Fields are going to put the field goals on the board. Steelers are due for a reality check. I mean, 2-0 is impressive, but you've looked horrible while winning 2 games in a row, like you always do somehow. Chargers are going to win this one. I expect them to continue the same strategy, but I think rely a little bit more on the play action this week. A little bit bigger plays. I'm expecting Herbert rolling out right and shit. I don't think he's going to stay in the pocket and hand it off as much as he did the last 2 games. I think there's going to be a couple of rollout rights, deep passes, catch the Steelers secondary sleeping, especially with TJ Watt on Herbert's ass. Because I'd be scared as fuck if I'm Herbert, because TJ Watt has looked amazing this year thus far. But official pick, Chargers to win, Chargers to cover. Okay, let's move on to the Eagles versus the Saints. Eagles shit the bed as usual. I mean, this isn't a reaction video. Saints look good offensively. Defensively as well. I mean, I don't want to sit here and say that they're that good when it's like, they've played 2 good games. I'm not going to overrate them like everyone else is just for 2 good games. With that being said, I think Philly is hella dysfunctional. There's a lot of problems with this Philly team. I truly believe it. You have to be living in peaches and creamville if you think Philly is the same Super Bowl team from 2 years ago. They are a shell of themselves. This team is going to collapse. You can see it already brewing. They almost lost in week 1. It's not like they had a convincing big win in week 1, and then they completely blew it in week 2. I'm not sold on this Philly team. Saints are rolling. I don't know if they're going to continue rolling, but clearly it's the early in the year. They're going to continue to ball. I don't know how good Derek Carr is going to play in this game, but I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a little bit of a low score. Even though it's a over-under of 49.5, I think it's going to go under. Saints pull this off, but I'm not convinced about New Orleans yet. Don't get too cocky, New Orleans fans. Giants versus Browns. Whoa. A big spread for a Browns team that I don't know is that good. They scored 18 points last week. 18. And they won, but nevertheless, this is going to be a clear defensive matchup. I mean, Giants have 0 offense. Daniel Jones is a complete bum. He's trash. He needs to be benched. Joe Biden would be a better fucking quarterback than Daniel Jones, like I said. Look, with all that being said, the Giants are going to cover the spread. Hell yeah. They're 0-2 against the spread. They've looked horrible. It's 6.5. I'm pretty sure the line opened at 7. Giants are going to cover this bitch. Not because they're good, but because Browns are going to score like 10 points and Giants are going to score like 6. The final score is going to be fucking 10-6. Browns win. Giants cover in an ugly game. I feel bad for everybody that has to fucking watch this shit. This is going to be disaster. But Giants are going to cover the spread. I'm betting that probably for a fact. We'll see how crazy this pick is going to sound. But Giants plus 6.5. Packers at Titans. Packers got lucky last week. I'm going to keep it short and simple. Malik Willis and this running attack is not going to be as effective against the Titans defense as it is against the Colts. Titans actually have a good defense. I think Will Levis on the other side of the ball has fucked up so badly these last 2 weeks that this week he's finally going to realize, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't throw a fucking dumbass pick 6 and fall to my knees like it's a fucking Disney movie. Maybe I shouldn't throw it backwards as I'm in field goal range and fumble the ball. Like, I think this week he's going to get his head in the game. He's finally going to show up to play. I think Titans are going to win. I think Titans are going to cover. Packers are saying Jordan Love may play. If Love plays, I'm still taking the Titans. Not as convincingly, though. If Love does not play, I'm betting the Titans, and I'm betting the Titans heavy. If Love does play, then I'm probably going to stay away from this game. That's my analysis. As of right now, Love is not playing. I'm taking Titans against the spread. I'm taking Titans to win. I'm pretty confident in this game, too. Texans at Vikings. Game of the week potential over here. Game of the week potential. 2 of the hottest teams in the NFL. Vikings coming out of nowhere looking like, holy fuck, prime Minnesota with fucking Randy Moss and Chris Carter and shit. But Texans looking great at times, questionable at times. Tough game against Indianapolis to start the season. And then even last week, you would expect them to dominate the Chicago Bears, and they didn't. So that's the one concern I have for them, where they are 2-0, but they haven't been convincingly 2-0, if you get what I'm saying. Vikings have looked convincingly 2-0. Beat the shit out of the Giants, which everybody's going to beat the shit out of the Giants, except the Browns, because they're not going to... Whatever. They beat the shit out of the Giants, and they fucking upset the 49ers, just like I said they would. And I'm going to roll with them again here. I'm not betting this game. I'm staying away from this game. I like both teams. These are 2 teams that I truly like betting on. I think Texans are capable of winning, but the spread keeps moving down and in favor of Minnesota. It's a Minnesota home game, and I think they are just too hot right now. That Darnold-Jefferson connection is hot. I'm going with Minnesota here. I'm going to take them to cover. I'm going to take them to win, but in reality, I don't think I'm actually going to bet this game. It's a little bit tough to predict. Next one. Dolphins at Seahawks. This is another game I don't really like too much. I'm going to stay away from it betting-wise, simply because the spread is too low for my liking. Skylar fucking Thompson, or Thomas, I don't even know his fucking name. And to be honest with you, I don't even care what his fucking name is playing quarterback for the Dolphins. And he's not good. He's really not. I've seen him play. He's decent. He played in that playoff game against Buffalo. I think it was 2 seasons ago. He was decent. I think they ended up covering the spread in that game as well. Seahawks are 2-0, but a fake 2-0, very cupcake 2-0. They've played 2 pretty shitty teams, right? Broncos are not great. Patriots, not great. I think I'm going to play the bitch move here, and I'm going to take the Dolphins to cover, but the Seahawks to win. I know it's a little bit of a bitch move. I am leaning more towards Dolphins winning, but my one pick for this game officially would be Dolphins plus 4.5. I'm not betting it as of yet if this spread moves down. Listen to me carefully. If this spread goes to 4 or even 3.5, or even, God forbid, 3, but that's going to be insanity if it goes to 3. 4 or 3.5, bet the Dolphins. It's a trap game. They're telling you it's a trap game if the spread moves down. If it doesn't, lean Dolphins plus 4, but I think Seattle will get the job done. I'm worried about Skylar Thompson. He's too much of a question mark. Geno's looked decent. Metcalf is still Metcalf. Seahawks, you know what they are, right? Dolphins, we don't with the 2 injuries. So a little bit of a tough game to bet on, but I got Dolphins plus 4.5, Seahawks money line. Next game. Oh, now we're getting to the point where I start going a little crazy again. Panthers at Raiders. If Bryce Young was playing in this game, I would stay so far away from it, and I'd say, fuck the Panthers, no way. With Andy Dalton in this game, everything changes. Andy Dalton is a competent quarterback. He's a decent quarterback. Is he a bit older? Yes. Is he still an effective game manager? Hell yeah. Raiders are coming off the biggest win of the season. The biggest win of the season thus far. And I think they blew their load too fast and too early. Panthers, with a new quarterback, are going to, organize around him, unite around him, and win the game for him and for the team. I'm taking the Panthers to cover the spread. They're 5-point underdogs, plus 5, and to win straight up. Is this a lunatic pick? Yes, but you guys know what happens when I start cooking up the lunatic picks, as you saw last week. Look, Raiders are a good team. I like the Raiders. I like betting on the Raiders, but everybody and their mother is betting on the Raiders against this Panthers team, and I don't think enough people remember how good Dalton truly was back in the day, in those Cincinnati days. I'm taking the Panthers. I really am. With a competent game manager quarterback, they're going to be able to win games. Are they going to go to the playoffs? No fucking chance. Are they going to steal 3, 4, maybe even 5 games this year with Dalton? Hell yeah. As long as Dalton's starting, and as long as there's sussy-bussy spreads, I'm taking Dalton and the Panthers all day. Panthers plus 5, Panthers money line, you already know. 49ers versus Rams. I'm surprised this game isn't taking place in the local hospital. Because, goddamn, these two teams are fucking hurt badly. Badly. Rams, I think, are hurt worse than the Niners, simply because they don't have as many weapons as the Niners. And the Rams' 2 biggest receivers, Kupp and Puka, are both hurt for a while, I'm pretty sure. It's not like a 1 or 2 week type of thing. Rams are going to be fucking hiring McDonald's employees to catch balls here. They might have to recruit me to catch a fucking ball from Stafford. I can't bet on them here. I just can't. What are they going to do? Niners are hurt too. Debo's out. McCaffrey's out. But their replacements are good. You still have Ayuk. You still have Jennings. You still have this running back kid that's been a pretty good replacement for McCaffrey. The O-line is still intact. And, it's like the defense is much better for the Niners than for the Rams. Niners have owned the Rams in the regular season, pretty much the entire Shanahan-McVay era. I'm taking the Niners here. Niners to win, Niners to cover. I don't necessarily think I'm betting on this game, but Niners to win, Niners to cover. I don't expect any chaos here. Rams are hurt badly, and they may start realizing it's rebuild season fast. Next game, Lions versus the Cardinals. Did the Lions get fraud checked last week? I don't think so. Did the Cardinals show they are legit? Fuck yeah, they did. I might be fucking crazy, and I don't give a fuck if I am. Cardinals are winning again. I'm gonna bet on the Cardinals until the wheels fall off. +3 is such a lockety-lock. It's insane. I mean, are you kidding me? Lions are a decent team. This is going to be an offensive masterclass. This is going to be a battle back and forth. 51.5 over-under. That's insanity. That's insanity. With that being said, nah, not even. It's like, what if they're going to be shooting back and forth? I'm taking the Cardinals. Look, I get it. Lions are better offensively. I'm not saying the Cardinals are better offensively, but the way the Cardinals have looked thus far in these 2 weeks compared to the Lions on offense, like, it speaks for itself. Cardinals have looked so much better. So much better. Marvin Harrison Jr. may actually be him. Kyler has looked amazing. And again, like I always say, until Call of Duty comes out, I'm betting on Cardinals. I really am. I love this Cardinals team. I think they're a dark horse playoff team and a dark horse team to win this division with all the injuries. Cardinals are going to win. Cardinals are going to cover. +3, money line. I respect the Lions, and I think the Lions are going to bounce back. But I think this is some early season woes they have to adjust before they really get going later in the year. Give me the Cardinals here. Next game, America's game of the week, Ravens versus Cowboys. Both teams coming off a nasty, nasty L. Both teams, in a way, really need a win. Ravens badly, badly need a win. 0-2 is not a good start. The Chiefs game is excusable. They played well enough, lost by a toe. Fine, take it for what it is. But last week was a complete shit show. They blew a 10-point lead, if I'm not mistaken. They shit their pants badly, badly, badly. This can't happen. No way, no way, no way. I have no faith in the Ravens. They're favored in this game by a slight margin, but I like the... I'm not actually betting on this game. Again, not one of those games I'm staying the fuck away from. But it's going to be another big offensive game. But I think what's going to end up happening is that Cowboys struggle against the passing attack a lot more than the running attack. And they're going to limit Lamar and keep Lamar in the pocket. And that's what's going to win them the game. Ravens won't be able to keep up in this offensive shootout because the pass game is not going to be good enough. That's simply it. Lamar's not a good passer. We can argue all day long. Lamar is not a good passer. So, that's why I got the Cowboys. But honestly, two fraudulent teams and two teams I hate betting on. I'm not touching this game. Cowboys money line though. Cowboys to spread. It's pretty much the same thing. Let's move on to a game. My favorite game this week. And again, y'all gonna call me a lunatic. I don't give a fuck. Kansas City versus Atlanta. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm telling you. Atlanta is gonna pull this off. Kansas City, I get it. It's Sunday Night Football. Everyone's gonna be watching the Super Bowl champs. The refs are gonna be sucking their dicks like they always do. This spread is telling me everything I need to know. Everything I need to know. They are begging you. They are begging you to take the Kansas City Chiefs here. They are giving it to you for free. A -3 when it opened at 4.5 after. Mind you, it was at 4.5 after the Falcons beat the Eagles. This line has moved down to 3. The public is still all over Kansas City. I'm taking Atlanta. This is such a trap game. I love this game. This is going to be my game of the week for a fact. I'm going to bet Atlanta against the spread and money line. Heavy. I mean, god damn. We saw that Atlanta is capable of being a good offensive team. A team that can take the ball, drive down the field, and put up a touchdown. They did it against Philly. They're going to do it against Kansas City. Kansas City has looked great thus far. They should have lost last week, but that doesn't change anything. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It was a defensive pass interference too. Falcons are going to win. Falcons are going to win. Falcons are going to win. I might be crazy, and I don't give a fuck if I'm crazy. Falcons, I love this game so much. This is my game of the week, game of the year. I mean, it's not game of the year yet. It's a little premature to call it game of the year. But game of the week for sure. My game of the week in terms of betting when I say that. I'm taking Falcons +3. I'm taking Falcons money line. God damn, I love this game. It's going to be a fun one too. This is going to be a fun one. We're going to see Carey's fine ass on Sunday night. Yeah. Monday Night Football is next. And we're going to get to the Jaguars versus the Bills. For some reason, a fucking double header on Monday night. And I'm going to rant about this for a second. Why is there a double header on a Monday night? Why not move one of the games to Friday? Why is it that I have to watch the first quarter of the Jaguars versus Bills game and then switch over to the Commanders versus Bengals game? It makes no fucking sense. Why play two games simultaneously? It makes no fucking sense when you can put it on a Friday night and everyone's gonna fucking watch that game on Friday night. Stupid as fuck. With that being said, now that I'm calm a little bit, both of these games are trap games. I'm going to say it right here, right now. So before you watch the prediction for both games, one of the underdogs is going to win. One of the underdogs is going to lose. I'm going to gamble here, and I'm going to take one favorite and one underdog because I have confidence in one of these underdogs. But in reality, I can go 0-2 or 2-0 here. I don't think there's an in-between. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. First game is the Jaguars versus Bills. I'm going to take the Bills here. Bills offensively has looked great, and I don't think Jaguars have mentally recovered from last season's collapse. I still think it looms in the back of their head how bad it was, and I think they can't recognize and play up to their potential because of it. They shit the bed versus Miami in week 1. They did not look good against Cleveland in week 2. Bills have looked fantastic thus far. Decent little defense, which will hold down Trevor Lawrence, but I think the key will be the offense. Jaguars won't be able to keep pace with the Bills. And shocker, but Bills go 3-0 to start the season. Hell yeah. Bills are going to cover. Bills are going to win. Let's move on to the next one. You guys, if you're listening, I said I'm taking an underdog. I'm taking the fucking Commanders. No, let me rephrase it. I'm taking the fucking Washington Redskins +7 and money line. Jaden Daniels is him. I'm going to keep going and glazing him and jumping on the hype train until he fucking proves me wrong. He's going to win this game single-handedly. If you think this Bengals defense is going to have an answer for Jaden Daniels on the ground, I'll be damned. There's no fucking way they're going to stop JD. They looked fantastic against the Giants. The only thing they need to work on is that red zone offense. If they can correct that red zone offense, they are unstoppable. Kingsbury needs to get his head out of his ass, call some big boy plays, and let Daniels bully it up the middle if that's what it takes to score a fucking touchdown. Bengals are frauds. They're going to start 0-3, but I don't think their season is necessarily over. I am taking the Commanders. Look, I'm taking the Commanders +7 for a fact. I'm betting aggressively, very aggressively. Moneyline, I'm going to sprinkle a bit, but in this case, I'm very confident that the Commanders are going to win. They're going to cover, win easily, whatever the fuck you want. Bengals are dysfunctional as hell. They have no run game. Offense is meh. I like the Commanders' defense, but more importantly, I love the Commanders' offense. Jaden Daniels is a future superstar. He is my glorious king, and he is going to win me this game and cover the spread. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon.